My mom ran my social media since I was 12, and last week, the FBI arrested both my parents. At my graduation party the night before prom, I borrowed my mom's laptop and found a hidden folder with my name on it. Inside were hundreds of images of me in situations that never happened, my face on bodies that weren't mine, in rooms I had never seen. I brought it downstairs, and my mom didn't even flinch when I showed her. "You've been my little cash cow since you were 13, she said while swirling her wine. When I told her I was calling the police, she smiled. "Go ahead, I'll tell them you made these yourself. Who do you think they'll believe?" My dad walked in from the garage, and I begged him to help me, but he just looked at her and said, "I told you the password was too easy." The next morning, I called my cousin Tanya because she worked in cybersecurity and I didn't know who else to trust. I was barely getting the words out between sobs when she cut me off. "Stop! Don't touch anything on that laptop. Don't screenshot anything. Don't send me anything. Don't even open that folder again." She explained that what my mom was doing was a federal crime, and the FBI had a whole division for exactly this. She stayed on the phone with me while I filed a report through the official tip line, and told me to write down everything I remembered seeing without looking at it again. 2 weeks later, an agent contacted me directly and said they had already started pulling records from them payment platforms my mom was using. He told me they were building a case, but needed me to act completely normal so my parents wouldn't destroy evidence. And when I asked how long it would take, he said he couldn't give me a timeline. So I went home and smiled and I pretended everything was fine. My mom acted like our conversation never happened, which somehow made everything worse. A few days later, she sat me down at the kitchen table with her laptop open. "I have a problem. People are starting to notice the AI-generated content looks fake. The comments are getting suspicious, and refund requests are up." She turned the screen toward me and showed me a spreadsheet of declining numbers. "We need real content now. Authentic stuff. You're going to have to step up." I told her I had finals coming up and didn't have time. Her eyes went flat. "I didn't ask if you had time. I told you what's happening." I said I wasn't feeling well, and she slammed the laptop shut. "You've been acting weird for weeks. I don't know what your problem is, but this is how we pay for your life. You think your father's job covers all this?" She gestured around the kitchen. "You owe me." I told her I just needed a few weeks to get through graduation, and she stared at me for a long moment before standing up. "Fine, but the second that diploma is in your hands, we're doing a whole new shoot, and you're going to smile and cooperate or I'll make your life very difficult." I called Tanya that night and told her I didn't know how much longer I could keep. She told me to stay strong and reminded me that every day I held on was another day the FBI had to build their case. A week before graduation, my mom cornered me in the hallway. "I've been thinking about your little threat to call the police. You should know I've been keeping records too. I have accounts in your name. Messages that look like they came from you. You'll be 18 in 3 months and they can charge you as an adult for distribution." She patted my cheek. "So whatever you're planning, don't." I smiled and told her I wasn't planning anything. Graduation week arrived and I jumped every time a car pulled into our driveway. I walked across the stage and got my diploma while my parents cheered from the front row. My mom took at least 50 photos of me in my cap and I knew exactly what she was thinking about doing with them at the party. Back at our house, my grandmother gave a toast about what wonderful parents I had. Aunts and uncles kept telling me how lucky I was to have a mom who supported my dreams so passionately. I thanked every single one of them and watched the front window. 2 hours into the party, I was cutting the cake when two black SUVs pulled into the driveway. 6 agents came through the front door and my mom's face went white. My dad tried to run out the back and 2 agents tackled him through the screen door into the yard. My mom started screaming that I was a liar and a sick little girl who made everything up. And when an agent grabbed her arm, she swung at him and knocked a tray of food off the table. They forced her down onto the floor in front of my entire family while she screamed. She did this to herself. Check her accounts. She's the one who belongs in prison. My grandmother stood frozen with her champagne glass still raised from the toast she gave 5 minutes earlier about what wonderful parents I had. Tanya appeared next to me and whispered, "It's over." And I finally let myself breathe.